We made this film, and there were three primary units that I had covered during the making of the film. We had the No Slack Battalion here, and then I came home and I saw our boys in the 45th were really taking some losses. And I said, I got to go back. And I went back. This film represents every unit that has lost fellow soldiers, Marines, sailors, and airmen in every war, too. But I want my boys from the 45th up here with me as well. Would you come up, please? Welcome home. Welcome home. You know, I'm still carrying this with me because this is like the best dog humping that ever happened in my country to me. But I gotta tell you, it should be their day every day, and that's what it needs to be as the new battle starts. As we wind down this war, and we have our veterans who raised their hand and said, I pledge allegiance, following our orders to go fight a war. And they did, America's best and brightest. My old friend Tom Brokaw wrote about the greatest generation, World War II, and it was a damn good generation. But I think we have another greatest generation here. Just say one more thing, and I know it's late and we have questions everyone might have, and we'd love to answer them. But I want to thank someone who's inspired me since I was a kid, by his heart, by his caring for his fellow human beings, no matter what economic strata they were in. He taught me my set of values that I hold, and that's my brother Fred. We all learned those from my mom and dad, our mom and dad, Fred and Shirley. God rest their soul, and I know they're here with me and us tonight, as is Phil, and many others. And those in the 45th who did not come back, and those from No Slack who did not come back, and those from 2-8 Marines, and those from the Rockasons, and those from every other doggone unit who did not come back. I'd like to go ahead and open it up for questions. This film is going to open in Oklahoma City, and Dallas simultaneously this weekend. I'm not sure what our theater situation is locally, but it'll continue to roll out. So after the opening weekend, then it will go to several other more cities, and then we'll go to dozens of others stretching from Honolulu to Washington, D.C. on Memorial Day weekend. The week after that, New York to San Diego, Seattle to Miami. The film will be seen nationwide, and what we need is for all of you to go out and tell your friends who live around the country it's coming to you, and you need to see it. That is, if you like the film. I appreciate you being here. It means so much to me in my hometown that you are here. Any questions? guys come on up. I mean, but, you know, David and Christian, please sit down, folks. David and Christian, you made it happen. So it's hard to see. These lights are something. I mean, it's great. I can see up here. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes. It did not come easily for me. I mean, for 34 years I've done this kind of work. And then in 2006, you know, I was in a dual suicide bombing, a 1,000-pound truck bomb hit my compound, and then a 2,000-pound truck bomb. I actually should not be standing here, but the second bomb got hung up in the truck bomb got hung up in the crater of the first and detonated. It killed 18 people, but I survived somehow. I used to lock these things in the back of my mind, but after that I said, I'm not doing that anymore. I said, I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm not going to do a story and lock it away in the back of my mind and forget about those people that I covered. I need to do something different. I need to do it differently. And what I need to do is continue to tell the stories of these young men and women in uniform and old men and women in uniform so that the rest of America understands. And then when they come home, not forget about them, but make them part of my family. I'm on the board of directors of Easter Seals International. We are beginning a $100 million campaign for different initiatives to help returning veterans back home. There are a bunch of other charities out there, but you as an individual American, when they do come home and you're hiring, you need the best and the brightest. It is these guys, believe me, because they've done so much for us. Yes?
Service to the sacrifice that they made by not filming what happens in Dover Air Force Base on a weekly basis and not sharing the sacrifice that is made constantly by them, and just instead talking about more on the political ground what's happening in Afghanistan.
I think that was a mistake, and you know, I think, you know, politicians thought we need to shield the American public from that, but no. Give the American public some credit. And let me go back in history a little bit. In World War II, it was prohibited to show American dead during the first, I think, couple of years of the war, or 3 years perhaps, 2. But I think it was Anzio that they finally decided, and people forget the war was, you know, was much shorter than this one, but it was very intense and it was dragging on. And in the middle of it, there was some flagging support. You know, why are we, you know, why isn't it over? Why are we still there? And a decision was made by President Roosevelt to go ahead and show the sacrifice. And American public opinion solidified behind everyone over there fighting. And so I don't think you need to hide anything from the American public. You know, we know war is a hard thing. But we also need to show it's not clean. It's not clean. It's tough. And if they're risking their lives and they're dying, we need to be there behind them. It's easy to have that out of sight, out of mind. And that's what this film's about. You know, I don't want it out of sight, out of mind. So the next time you go to an airport or anywhere else and you encounter a soldier in his uniform, or a Marine, or a sailor, or an airman, and Americans have been great about this. We weren't great in Vietnam, and that's why I say welcome home to you now. But the next time you say thank you for your service, I want you to know what you're thanking them for. And I hope after seeing this film, you don't just thank them, you hug them.
but we also would like 2 people to speak on behalf of the group. One is Sergeant First Class Scott Morgan, who was at Strong Eagle 3 as an MP, and Gold Star Dad, on behalf of his family, George's family, would like you guys just to say a little something.
I'm pretty short and sweet, but thank you all for coming. We really want everybody behind this film. And my biggest personal reason is, in my mind, folks like Brian Burgess, Frank Adamski's, anyone that was killed in action in this film, it's a very unique opportunity for a legacy to be left for them that not everybody gets. I've lost a lot of friends in the last 12 years. And after a while, they kind of get shuffled back, and their kids have trouble remembering them. Their friends start to forget. This is very unique. These guys that you saw in the film can live forever through this, and so please help us to do that. It's very important to us, and it's very important to the families. That's about all I've got. So here's one of my heroes, Terry Burgess.
There's so many things I could say about this film. The hardest is the most personal. As much as I want to, as much as I need to, I cannot rewrite the ending of the Hornet's Nest. Like David said, my wife and I have attended many of these screenings. This makes our 23rd. The very first one was in David's hotel room in Dallas. He brought a very rough cut of it, showed it to my entire family. It was not like anything I've ever seen before. It was devastating and wonderful at the same time. My own family asked us, they said, why do you do this? Why do you torture yourself like this? Why do you watch this over and over again? And the answer to that question was the same answer to a question I asked myself as I was looking at my son's flag-draped coffin. How do I live up to my son's sacrifice? How do I honor him? This is how the Hornet's Nest is that way. And by supporting it, by supporting David and Christian, the Betchers, Mike and Carlos, this honors our active duty members, it honors our veterans, it honors our fallen soldiers. That's why I do this to myself. This is why my son volunteered and went over there and fought. He fought for me. He fought for you. He fought so we can gather to enjoy films, so we can gather to worship, so that we can continue to honor America. Thank you.
It is an extraordinary honor for me to stand in front of these soldiers. And it's an extraordinary honor to be here in my hometown. I said I'd come back. This is the completion of my promise. We start to premiere around the country starting this weekend. In Poncan City, there have been previous screenings, but they weren't premieres. This is the premiere, and I I'm honored that you were here to watch our film. Thank you so much.